And we're live, I believe. Hello, who is ever here? Make sure I mute my YouTube channel page so we don't have an echo. Is anybody here? I'll just wait a minute for anybody that's been here before. I usually don't start until I see some sort of response from people that are here, so I'm just not reading to myself. Although I do that all the time at my desk at work, so... Whoops. I don't know if anybody else has this problem. Hey, Evil Outcast, hello. Hello, Tim Willis. I'm not feeling so great, actually. Hope you guys are doing well. Hello, Onyx Nightshade. Yes, a long time no see. I was going to do a video today, but I woke up with no voice. I don't know if anybody else has seasonal allergies, but they are really doing a number on me. And makes it hard to record anything when you have to stop and hack for 2 minutes straight. So thank you for joining me. I thought at least I could get something up for you. Plus, I redid the little, I won't say an office, but our, like, I'll say multi-purpose room that we have here. And I started organizing it, and then it got disastrous, and then my allergies were just nonstop on me. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I will try to get the microphone away from me if I feel like I have to cough. So I can't guarantee how long this will be, but you know, we're going to be here at least an hour or so. Raise your hand if you watched the royal wedding. I can't even say that with a straight face because I sure as hell did not. Orange Juice Simpson, same with the allergies. Yeah, so sorry. I'm going to try not to cough in your ears if anyone has headphones, and I'm really sorry. Yep, even just laughing makes it seem like I'm going to start coughing. I'm so sorry. Anyways, I did set some stories aside for you guys, and I'm going to let you guys, one's funny and one's not so funny, because I thought, given the fact that the royal wedding today was today, that I would do one little nod to weddings, only these are wedding disasters, which, you know, can't expect anything less from me. And then we also have 10 vacation horror stories. We can just go with horror, or we can do both, or I can do something else. So yeah, I don't think you missed anything. I'm sure it was beautiful. I'm sure it was. Which, you know, if you had unlimited funds, I'm sure anything could be beautiful. No offense to anyone that loves the royal wedding. To each his own. Anyway, I'm going to see if you guys want me to read the wedding disasters. If not, I will skip straight to the 10 vacation horror stories. Hey, Harleywoods. You know that is the same little emoticon or avatar as, I think, Lazy Masquerade. I think. It's really small. And even though I have my glasses on, I think it's the same avatar as Lazy Masquerades, but I could be wrong. My eyesight isn't really bad, but I will tell you this, that I had to get trifocals. I can't even say that without almost wanting to cry. I didn't really think that you would have to get those unless your eyesight was really bad. So it's not that bad, but it's bad enough on 3 different levels for me to need trifocals. Ugh. Anyway. Horror stories, of course. Heads, weddings, tails, vacation, flipping it. Pablo, hey! What's everybody up to today? If you're just tuning in, I'm having some difficulties with my voice and respiratory issues due to seasonal allergies, so please forgive me. Whew, the air feels like milk. Anyway, just kicking back and relaxing. Yeah, good. How's everybody? Anything new? Anyone have anything new? Angel A, if I didn't say your name, I'm really sorry. Nino the Fam. I don't think I said your name either. Let me scroll up. Phantom Zone. I didn't say your name, did I? Making sure. I know I said Evil Outcast and Onyx Nightshade. Orange Juice Simpson. Hello. Coin landed on Tails, which is Vacation. We've got 2 for Vacation. Vacations it is. I have more stories that I have like tucked away. So you're hungover. Oh. So what's an all day? And here's what I predict happens to everyone else for hangovers. Sweats all day, huge breakfast, laying on the couch watching movies, just now waking up and feel like you want to do something, and then you're like, no, I'm good. Onyx Nightshade, going to be kicking around L4D 1, 2 here in a bit. Oh, hello. Thank you for doing that. Phantom Zone says, I'm bored and missed some time with the live videos. Saw Deadpool 2, and no, you didn't. No, I ate all day. Left for Dead game. Oh, really? That sounds fun. I need to get more into gaming. I used to be into it when I was younger, like obsessively, but it can consume your life. So when you have like adulting to do, you can't really. But you know, there's moments when you can do that. Deadpool 2 was hilarious. I'm gonna get shit for this, but I haven't even seen Deadpool 1. And I really want to because it looks hilarious. They both do. Wow. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Nice. Awesome. All right, so let's get into the vacation stories. Let me see here. So these are 10 vacation stories. The first one, it's like an opposite countdown, so I'll start with number 10. There's 10 of them. I'm so sorry, my voice is going to cut in and out here. Aaron Langworthy. So visiting Victoria Falls in Southern Africa is a dream for many, but for 22-year-old Aaron Langworthy, it turned into a nightmare. The Australian was bungee jumping off the Victoria Falls Bridge while visiting Zambia in 2012 when the cord snapped and she plunged 111 meters, 364 feet to be exact, into the crocodile-infested Zambezi River below. She was swept down the swollen river, her feet still bound together by the 10 meters, which is 30 feet of rope, and spent 40 minutes in the water until she finally managed to grab onto some rocks and an employee of the bungee company pulled her onto the riverbank. Langworthy was taken to Victoria Falls Clinic in Zimbabwe, but didn't reach the clinic until 5.5 hours after her jump. Though her lungs were partially collapsed and her body was covered in bruises, Langworthy didn't suffer any serious injuries and returned home 2 weeks later. However, she had been the 106th person to jump off the bridge that day. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that doesn't seem like the most idealistic, safe scenario. When you think, I'm going to go bungee cord jumping, I don't want to be the 106th person that did that day. Like, was it like a long line when you go to Cedar Point and there's the new ride and you're like in line for 4 hours? Because 106 people, one at a time. Maybe they had more than one going at a time, but I can't imagine that they had too many going because you'd hit each other. I don't know. Somebody explain it to me. I'll come back. Moving on. Number 9. I'm going to try and not butcher his last name, but I think it's pronounced Daniel Dudzes. A 26-year-old German tourist went missing this year while attempting to walk almost halfway across Australia alone. He survived by eating flies. Daniel Dudzes had been homeless for 2 years and had taken to walking long distances on his own. He had planned to walk around 3,800 kilometers, which is 2,400 miles, from New South Wales to Uluru, but found himself lost and stranded between 2 flooded banks of a river for 10 days. News of his disappearance didn't alarm those who had encountered him, opal miner Andrew Plax and said Dudsies was a uniquely tough traveler who had walked enormous distances on other continents, drinking water from troughs and puddles, and could live off the smell of an oily rag. He had no doubt the missing hiker would be found alive. Now, Dudsey, who was diabetic, fortunately had enough insulin with him. He turned to eating flies for nutrients when his small supply of cereal and baked beans ran out, and he was eventually rescued by passing motorists. Dudsies refused medical treatment and was determined to finish his walk, though he promised to stick to main roads and only walk during daylight hours. I mean, that's crazy. Now, so sorry. I don't know if anyone else has attempted to walk 2,400 miles, but I'm thinking that right from the start, 2,400 miles by yourself walking anywhere, there's going to be a horrible story associated with that. Like, man gets worst blister on the planet, or I don't know, anything. It's not going to be good. I don't know. If there's another story where it's great, anybody can let me know, but I'll come back. I'll come back. Number 8, Rochelle Harris. British tourist Rochelle Harris was on a flight back from a holiday in Peru in 2013 when she began experiencing a powerful headache and shooting pains in her face. She also began hearing strange scratching noises and had a discharge from her ear. On returning home, 27-year-old Harris paid a visit to a doctor. After initially blaming an ear infection, doctors soon discovered 8 large maggots wriggling around inside Harris's ear canal. Oh, she remembered walking through a swarm of flies while hiking on her vacation, and one had been buzzing in her ear, but once she waved the fly away, she thought nothing more of it. The insect was a New World screwworm fly. Okay, I'm paused because I've never heard of that. It sounds horrible. Moving on. Which generally lay their larvae in the wounds of warm-blooded animals. Oh. Once they hatched 24 hours later, the maggots chewed a 12-millimeter half-inch hole in Rochelle's ear canal. The ordeal didn't cause any permanent damage to Harris, and surprisingly, the incident made her less squeamish about bugs. Oh, no. Now, I don't know about you all, but I think that if a maggot chewed its way through my ear canal, I would be more cautious than ever about bugs and germs. But hey, let's see. We got some new people in the chat here. James at Animations. Hey there. How are you? I am good. I hope you're well too. I'm okay. Brian, hello. Brian had submitted a new story. It's going to be good. As soon as I can get my voice back. Hey, Paul. How's it going? If you're new, it just was explaining earlier that I have got sorry, I'm having trouble breathing and my voice is going in and out, so you need to be crazy. You need to be crazy if you're going to be all right with that. Yeah, I think that you had already asked me that, James. And I did, of course, give you permission, and I really want to see it when it's done. And moving back to Vacation Horror Stories. Number 7, Keith Brown. British youth worker Keith Brown was traveling to London from Ethiopia with his wife when he was detained by custom officers while connecting in Dubai. He was found to have cannabis on his person and was arrested on drug possession charges, was sentenced to 4 years in prison. He had 0.0003 grams, which is 0.0001 ounces of cannabis stuck to the bottom of his shoe. This is about the size of a grain of sugar, not nearly enough to have any psychotropic effect. Fortunately for the 43-year-old father of 3, he was pardoned and released early on his sentence. The UAE is notoriously tough and unyielding on drug crime. A German national was imprisoned for carrying over-the-counter jet lag pills that are legal in Dubai, and a Swiss traveler was reportedly jailed for having poppy seeds on his clothing after eating a bread roll at a Heathrow airport. Okay, so note to self. Dubai. Avoid. Wow. Yikes. Unless someone else has a better story to explain that one away. I'm checking the chat. For Redwall, I would also like to see these animations with a weird face. Actually, I think that James Matt Animations, hold on a minute. Let me pull it up here. I meant to do this a different way. I think that he's done other ones, including Mr. Nightmares, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, Antonio. Thank you. Say out of the UAE. Yeah, I guess so. I was just going to check it again because I'm pretty sure that I did see James Matt Animations. I think that you had grown quite a bit recently. Am I wrong? Yeah, you already have 2,500 subscribers. You've done quite a few Mr. Nightmare ones, actually. I'm just gonna ask, did Mr. Nightmare give you permission to do that, or did you just do it on your own? Because I think I've tried to reach out to him before, but he's pretty I think he's pretty untouchable. Unless we're able to get a hold of him, and that's amazing. I think. Yeah, Minister A, hello. Yeah, I'm really sorry if I accidentally cough into the microphone. I've tried to turn my face away before. I feel bad if anybody else feels this way too. I know I'm not the only one, and it goes in waves because I live in Michigan, so the weather is like hot one day, cold one day, so it makes it stretch out way longer than it needs to. Anyway, yeah, I figured that, James, because there's some YouTubers that just they're completely detached from, like, their personal life is completely detached from their YouTube. And I don't show you my home and my whole family because I feel like that's a violation of their privacy, but I do kind of tend to intertwine a lot of it together because I don't know how to separate everything like that. So hats off to anybody that can pull that off and remain separated, but I just can't. I've actually thank you. That's very kind, Minister A. I've actually seen a couple of YouTubers today, in fact, and they're both female, and one had 301,000 subscribers, and one had about 281,000 subscribers. And both of them were talking about the amount of hate comments that they were getting. And I know personally that I get them about every other day, and they're not that bad. Some of them have been kind of bad, but it's been a while, but it comes with the territory. But the more subscribers you get, the more good and bad that you get. And I guess they come in their emails all the time. And the one girl, I say girl, but I mean, she's an adult, had hired a manager to take care of that, which, that you can disable comments so that you don't get them on your videos, but then you still have to go through and review them and delete and approve them. But if you hire a manager to do it, I'm not even in the realm of that. But if you hire a manager to do that, then they can just see all the negativity and weed it out. Because when you get negativity toward you, I don't know if any of you have ever tried to make a video for YouTube. I know that there's a few YouTubers here, so they know how much time it takes to make a video in any genre. And then to have someone who doesn't make videos come to your channel and with the explicit intention of spewing negativity at you, it's extremely discouraging. No matter how many subscribers you have, it's discouraging. It makes you question what you're doing, especially when, like, I work outside of the home Monday through Friday. And so when I do get to make a video, it means I've had enough time to do it. It's something I'm really excited about. I'm really happy that I think that you guys will like it. And then to get negativity on it is just like, I just try to block it out. I'll just delete it right away because I just can't handle. It's not that I can't handle it. It's just I don't need it. I don't need that ruminating. I don't need that spreading. I don't need that there. So I used to like retort right away to them, but I just don't have time for it. As simple as that. Anyway, yeah, it really does. But when you're passionate enough about something, I think that you just gotta keep weeding through. I'm having a really hard time breathing. I'm really sorry. Ooh. Ooh, you have asthma and you're congested? Yeah. Oh, hello, Roger Hensley. I don't know. I don't recall seeing you in a live stream or on any videos before, but welcome. For Redwall says you gotta have 2 alter egos, 2 gimmicks, play 2 different characters, I guess. Yeah, kind of. Most people that know me know I have a YouTube channel, but the only person you'll ever see pop in is, I think my stepson has popped in on one, and my husband usually will pop in, but not all the time. But yeah. Oh no, what was your YouTube channel, Redwall? It was taken down twice. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of my fears because YouTube is now gearing towards kids and I've been trying to work on something outside of YouTube, trying to build that up, but it's just I got to get re-inspired because I don't want to let people down that are counting on me to make something happen. But I also can't do it alone. So, I don't know. I also don't feel very good, so it's not a good time for me to contemplate anything. All right, so let me go back to the vacation horror stories and I will check the chat in a second. Remember the last one was the maggots in the ear, so ew. Anyways, number 6, Brittany Drexel. That name sounds familiar. Anyway, in 2009, 17-year-old Brittany Drexel told her mother she was spending spring break no more than 32 kilometers, which is 20 miles, from their home in Rochester, New York. Instead, she headed to the party town of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina with her boyfriend and friends. While there, she went to the Blue Water Hotel to visit a friend who was staying there. She stayed about 10 minutes, then walked out of the hotel lobby at 9 p.m., never to be seen again. Surveillance cameras caught her entering and leaving the Blue Water, but offered no other clues. The following day, her cell phone signal disappeared. The signal was later tracked to a swampy area, sparking even greater fears for Brittany's safety. The area was searched extensively, but nothing was ever discovered. Police interviewed the friend she had visited at the Blue Water Hotel, who had somewhat suspiciously returned home to Rochester that night at 2 a.m., and searched the room of a person of interest at another hotel, but no concrete evidence or trace of Brittany was ever found. Brittany's mother eventually moved from Rochester to Myrtle Beach to feel closer to her daughter and to stay involved in the investigation. Oh, well, that's not a horror story. That one's just heartbreaking. All right, checking the chat. Oh, you never let me down. Oh, that's very nice, Onyx. For Redwall, music and YouTube wasn't really helping me against the petty takedowns by the copyright owners. Yeah, music is a touchy one because before I started doing, like, I have another channel that's really like minuscule. I think it's less than 50 subscribers. That's something I have worked on in like 2 years. But I was recording some background footage for it and I wanted to upload it to YouTube so I could get it off my phone. And as soon as I finished uploading it, it copyrighted me for the music that was playing in the background. I mean, I just made it private, and I think I ended up deleting it because I was new, so I didn't understand if you just take the volume out then of the video footage, then they won't do that to you. But no, the girl was never found. I will definitely take requests and submissions. Only if they're okay. For Redwall says at James Matt Animations, I will be checking your channel down once this. Yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool. I really like seeing that like that. Hey, Element. How are you? Dark Scholar. Forgot to say hello to you. If I forgot anyone else, please let me know. Did you have a bunch of, were you playing music? Was it music that is copyrighted music? Because you really can't do that. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm always curious to know why a channel got taken down. Also, if you're just joining us, my voice is going in and out, and I'm having a hard time breathing. So, send it to my email, Dark Scholar. I think you sent me another thing too. I know that Brian sent me a story, and oh man, I don't know. I don't want to, but I'll look at my email and check for it there. Micro creepy stories. Those are some of my favorite ones. You know that I know that most of my subscribers love the true crime. They love the true crime stories. So, oh my goodness, this thing is being ridiculous. I have to go back to the shoot. Oh, my stupid computer. Anyway, I updated something earlier, and then it, of course, snuck in something else that's messing with my article that I was reading. But anyway, thank you, Dark Scholar. For Redwall, old music that later became copyrighted. So I'm guessing the rights were renewed by a different entity, and then they would flag my old videos and then re-upload the same music under their channel. Oh, I noticed that it's happening about once a week now for months now. But some weird company that I've never heard of tries to copyright video footage, and I always keep. That's why you should always put the links. And I'm not saying that you did that, Redwall, at all. But anybody that uses video footage or music in their videos or pictures or anything, pictures are different, especially if you alter them. That's a fuzzy line there. I don't know. Usually I use a picture that's just, it's not copyrighted at all, but excuse me. I just keep the links for the footage that I use so that I immediately go, like, if you get a copyright notice, I've never gotten a strike, but I've heard that that's immediately what takes a channel down. Like, all of a sudden you'll get a copyright strike and then 2 more, and then boom, your channel's just gone in a matter of like hours. It's really strange. And a lot of these companies that make these claims have no rights to them, and then it's been quite an ordeal for people. And what sucks is you work really hard to put up the content that you put up, and for them to just side with a company that has nothing to do with the video footage that you've made or the video that you've made is very frustrating. I get that big time. Okay, I'm having a hard time finding the thing I was on here, so just give me a second. I'm so sorry. I updated some of my software earlier, and it added this thing for sites, and then, of course, it's trying to help me out by blocking possibly harmful sites. Ridiculous. So sorry, just a second here. Hopefully everybody's not panning out on me. YouTube sucks these days, but the music industry has always been the worst. Yeah. Oh, just a second, Dark Scholar. Trying to get back to where I was also, because I had been on there it is, summer vacation horror stories in the middle of that, and my computer decided to close that window in the middle of it. So trying to get back to that. Just a second. And I don't see it yet. Let me check my spam. If you guys ever send me a story and you don't hear me read it, please let me know that you've emailed it to me because, yep, this went right into my spam. So sorry. This is a Happy New Year. Do you want me to read it tonight, Dark Scholar? Man, I don't know if I'll be able to. I'm so sorry. Yes, Dark Scholar, I did get the email, and Redwall, I would receive the copyright message all the time, but the difference would be that I would be given permission because the ad revenue will go to their respective owners. Right. But with the two entities, they just flat out requested channels who had old music to be taken down. Oh, wow. That's so horrible. This was really long. Let me see this. I can try it. Hold on. Let me finish the vacation horror stories that we started, and then if I still have a voice, and I'm having a hard time breathing right now. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Laughing makes me cough even more. It's ridiculous. Well, that's just beautiful. Let me see. Blank document here so I can. Anytime that I go to read anything that someone submits, I always put it onto a Word document because it's easier for me to break it up that way. I don't know if anybody else that reads does that. Then I can alter the font for myself and make it bigger, smaller, just like a font that I'm used to reading it in. I know that sounds really weird, but I think everyone has their own preference that reads things a lot out loud. This is from 4 months ago. Is that what that says? Is that correct? Oh, this was in 2016, and I'm salty to this day. Yeah. All right. Trey's Lorenz, always focus on the positive. Oh, he must have started in the beginning. Hello, Trey. You're not going to see me hear that until later then. Oh, no. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. All right, that says 6 pages, so I might be able to do it. But let me finish the vacation horror stories first. Okay, we were on the missing girl, which was number 6, Brittany Drexel. She was never found, by the way. Number 5, the Lutz family, Lutes. If it sounds familiar, please correct me, and I'm really sorry. So widower Gary Lutz wanted to share his love of caving with his 2 sons, Buddy, age 13, and Tim, age 9. In June 1990, he drove with the boys from their home in Florida to explore the new trout cave in West Virginia. Thank you. My husband just brought me cough drops. Very sorry about that noise, but it will be helpful for you guys if I'm not coughing through the whole thing. Thank you, honey. Okay. Maybe not. Now it's going to rattle on my teeth. I'm so sorry. Okay, so they drove with the boys from their home in Florida to explore the new trout cave in West Virginia. They set off into the cave wearing headlamps and carrying a backpack of supplies including food, water, and extra headlamps. After 305 meters, which is 1,000 feet, they reached a section known as the maze, full of jagged rocks and tight spaces. Fearing the pack would become a hindrance, Lutz left it behind, intending to return in the half hour he estimated they had left in their headlamps. After only a few minutes, the boys' lamps burned out. Lutz decided to return to the pack, but soon realized that they were lost. Lutz's lamp died and the family was plunged into darkness. Gary and the boys were trapped in the cave for 5 days with no food, water, or light. They began hallucinating, retching from the soot left over from the past mining operations in the cave, and Gary developed chest pains. On the 5th day, the family was rescued after a nearby resident alerted authorities that the car had been parked outside of the cave for days. The National Cave Rescue Association questioned why Lutz carried just one pack into the cave only to leave it behind and said that as an experienced caver, he should have known better. This rescue should have never taken place. Gary Lutz violated every rule that the NSS and the rest of the organized caving preaches to each and every one of us. Carry 3 sources of light each. Tell someone where you're caving and when you will return. Ooh, dangerous. But it sounds like everyone lived, so let me check the chat. Yeah, Dark Scholar. Pretty talented. Leah loves Lily. Hello. I don't think I've seen you here before, so hello. Leah loves Lily. Thank you. I'll work hard to earn your subscriptions. Yeah, you're a really good writer. Brian Morrow was too. I've got a story in my inbox from him. Just waiting for my voice to be okay. They became one to go. Experienced caver. Yeah, apparently he was an experienced caver and he left the pack behind. It's a hobby. It's a whole association, like anything that you can think of where it's a hobby, there's going to be an association. Like a lot of people consider narrations as a hobby, or unless you do voiceovers. But I mean, some people do caving as a career. So there's always associations with groups of either hobbies or careers. So, it does sound funny though when you say it like that. Anyway, number 4, Sydney Good and Alexis Fairchild. It says 2 teens hurt in a parasailing accident. Now there is a video. I will share with you guys the video as soon as I'm done reading this so you can see this. While vacationing in Florida, 2 17-year-old teens from Indiana were seriously injured while parasailing in a horrific incident that was caught on video. As wind speeds increased due to an incoming storm, the operator of the boat made an attempt to bring the girls down, only to have the rope snap, leaving Sydney and Alexis strapped in at the mercy of the strong winds. Horrified onlookers saw them sail overhead, screaming, heading straight for an apartment building. They slammed into a balcony where building residents tried to grab onto them, but the wind was too strong. They hit nearby power lines and crashed into a parking lot, landing on a windshield and shattering it. Sydney Good suffered brain trauma and cracked vertebrae and will suffer long-term health issues, including vision problems. Alexis Fairchild had a broken back, head trauma, and serious lacerations, presumably from the car windshield. The incident sparked fury at the lack of safety regulations for water sports companies. Yeah, I just watched what was supposed to be a funny video of someone taking off on sand, and their face was buried in the sand before they were upside down, hurling into the air. Like, that sounds like what would happen to me, but let me see if I can, just a second. Let me see if I can get this full screen, and then I'll just share it with you guys. Just a second. Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of the screen now. Okay. Let me come to this, and I will screen share it with you guys. Application window. I think that's here. And we will press. So you're going to have the volume for that, and I'm not going to talk while that's on.
Phone video shows a parasailing adventure gone horribly wrong. Look at how 2 teens slam into the side of a building in Panama City Beach, Florida, and hit the top of another building before they come crashing down on the other side. Stunned witnesses called for help.
The Commodore and a touchdown just smashed into the top of it. Power lines in front of the building. You're going to need 2 paramedic units around.
Chase Ponder shot the horrific scene Monday afternoon.
You can feel that someone right.
Sydney Good and Alexis Fairchild are hospitalized with critical injuries. The teens were parasailing over the Gulf of Mexico when the winds kicked up from an approaching storm and their tow line snapped, sending them spiraling out of control.
Kicking their feet, and they had their feet out. They had their hands out looking like they were bracing for impact, but there was nothing that was going to stop them. And that,
Oh, shit.
In the past 15 years, at least 33 people have been hurt in parasailing incidents in Florida. 6 others have died, including a 28-year-old woman who was involved in a parasailing accident in Pompano Beach last August. Dozens of parasailing companies operate with little to no government oversight in Florida. A bill seeking to change that recently failed in the state Senate. The families of the girls said in a statement they are grateful for the love and the support they've received. Meanwhile, we reached out to the parasailing company involved in this latest incident, and they declined to comment. Alina Machado, CNN, Atlanta.
Not shocked on that. I don't think that anyone would be surprised that they would decline comment. I'm not sure what you would say to that. Oh, The Descent? Oh, yes. Onyx. I know what you're talking about. They went deeper and deeper, and then there was like weird cave things in there. Oh my gosh. Wasn't expecting that in that movie either. That was great. Yeah. Right, exactly. Um, now what's funny is I think I would be less scared to jump out of a plane than to do that. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because of that. I think there's a lot of regulations when it comes to jumping out of a plane. And just as they said in the news stories, there are no regulations when it comes to. Yeah. Oh, you did? You went parasailing, Phantom Zone? Yikes. You're brave. I think that's brave. Juno was still alive. Oh my God. Okay. Let's finish this list. It's taking a long time to get through it, isn't it? I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to cough into the. There's pictures at the end of the little video they showed of and the girl is like in her hospital bed, just FYI. Okay. Number 3. I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm gonna say this name right, so I'm really sorry. But I believe it is Chesnai Emans. Okay. While traveling in Indonesia with her boyfriend, 23-year-old British beauty therapist Chesnai Emmons had to be rushed out of the jungle when she fell seriously ill and was unable to see. Arriving at the nearest hospital 5 hours later, she was put into an induced coma. Emmons, her boyfriend, and a friend had purchased a bottle of alcohol from a local shop with an original label reading gin and had several drinks. It was later discovered that the gin had been removed and replaced with cheaper home-brewed methanol, which can cause seizures, kidney failure, blindness, and death. 5 days after the incident, when it became clear that Emmons would never recover, her parents made the heartbreaking decision to turn off her daughter's life support. The store was investigated and shut down. Potent home-brewed alcohol is a serious problem in Indonesia. In 2009, 25 people died in Bali after drinking a local spirit tainted with methanol. Wow. Just wow. And checking the chat. Honolulu. Oh, Angela, hey. Number 10. I love you. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you're here. Daniel Gonzalez, it's been a while. Hey. How's it going? Just say Chester. Oh, because I couldn't say the name right. Honolulu. Okay. Oh, you went parasailing in Honolulu. Well, you got to go to Hawaii, so right there, like I could just sit on the beach in Hawaii for any amount of time, and I'd be totally fine if I did nothing else. I could just stare at Hawaii while I was there, and I would be totally happy with that scenario. Hey, yeah, that's what happens. Nightmare Files. Okay, let me see. How many people here have channels? Dark Scholar does. Nightmare Files does. So does Onyx. Do you have one too? I want to say you do, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm scrolling up. James Matt Animations. He makes really cool animations out of narrations. He's done quite a few Mr. Nightmare, and he's going to do some of mine. So I can't wait to see that. The Evil Outcast has a channel. since he's here, I make it a habit to shout out whoever comes to the. If you have a channel and you're here, let us know so everyone can check you out. I just feel like that's good karma anyway. But I want other people to 99 cents. You are hilarious. You know YouTube is never going to let me have that money. You just gave YouTube 99 cents, Nightmare, but thank you. Johnny Smith, hey. All right, you let us know. Hey, you know what? I think cringy videos are just as entertaining as good ones. And I think that's what YouTube was actually built on, cringe. So, Lex, hey. Again, if anyone's here and you have a channel, let everyone here know so they can check it out after the live stream, okay? You could go after the live stream and check it out. Yeah, I think you comment on my videos. Something about going to get smokes late at night. If I'm wrong, just correct me because I try to remember stuff like that, but okay. All right, we're doing 10 vacation horror stories if you're just tuning in. Also, I have really bad allergies right now. I'm having a hard time breathing and not coughing into the microphone, so I'm really sorry. We are on number 2. These are 10 vacation horror stories. I probably just said that. Anyway, we're down to number 2. We only have 2 left. Azaria Chamberlain. In 1980, the Chamberlain family was camping at Uluru, then known as Ayers Rock, as part of a large group. As night fell, Lindy Chamberlain placed her 9-week-old daughter Azaria into their tent. Sometime later, screams erupted as Lindy discovered Azaria missing, blood on the tent, and dingo tracks nearby. The initial finding in 1981 was that Azaria had in fact been taken and presumably killed by the wild dogs. However, authorities and the public found it difficult to believe that the animals would come into a camp and attack with no provocation, and so suspicion fell into the parents. The next year, Lindy Chamberlain was convicted of the murder of her daughter and sentenced to life in prison, while her husband Michael was charged as an accessory. Lindy served 3 years in prison until Azaria's bloody jacket was found near a dingo lair, and she was pardoned and released. In 2012, after extensive investigation bolstered by reports of other attacks by dingoes on children, a coroner finally ruled that a dingo was responsible for Azaria Chamberlain's death. The story has inspired books, miniseries, an opera, and most famously the film A Cry in the Dark, starring Meryl Streep as Lindy Chamberlain. And I believe the phrase, "A dingo ate my baby." Correct me if I'm wrong. I was in a tent in Tasmania, Australia. Wow. She did not do it. She told the truth. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Can you imagine that? Knowing you didn't kill your child, get convicted of the murder. I mean, I think it's happened a lot, unfortunately, to some people that have never been pardoned. And thank God for modern technology that'll. I think that there's still the possibility, though, that innocent people can get convicted of things. Anyway, yeah, there was a movie about that. A Cry in the Dark. Poor old girl. First Australian trial by media campers would feed the dogs. Right. That's terrifying, though. It is weird that a dog would just go in there, though. I can see why they would find that suspicious. I have a channel, but only a couple of videos. Me and my guitar. I think I have 4 subs. Bless them. Yes, go check out Brian after the live stream, of course. And Brian has another story that will be out soon. Also, this is the last one. 10 horror stories. Last one. The Kim family. So tech editor James Kim and his wife Katie and their 2 young daughters set off from Portland, Oregon, the day after Thanksgiving in 2006, heading for the southern coast. Sorry, I'm having a really hard time breathing. Whew. After missing a turnoff, the Kims followed what looked like a shortcut on their map, but in fact was a treacherous, I can't even say that word today, road over the mountains. After realizing the route was impassable, the The Kims attempted to back their car out, but were unable to do so. They spent the night in the car, only to wake up surrounded by deep snow. They were stranded. The Kims ran the car engine to stay warm and burned tires if the gas ran out. So sorry. Katie Kim breastfed Penelope, 4 years old, and Sabine, 7 months old, to keep them alive. After several days, James Kim decided he had to go for help. He set off, saying he would return shortly if he couldn't find a way out. He never made it back to the car. After 9 days, helicopters hired by James Kim's parents discovered and rescued Katie Kim and her girls. The body of James Kim was discovered in a creek 2 days later. He had walked several miles through a steep canyon, but sadly ended up only 1 mile as the crow flies from his family's car. Tragically, if he'd walked a mile in the other direction, he would have found an empty lodge packed full of food and supplies. Oh, that's tragic. That's a horror story, isn't it? Yeah, the hills have eyes. Angela Rick says that's it. The parents were considered negligent because they had been drinking and were physically 10 plus feet away from the child's tent. You see, what's crazy is, wasn't there the couple that were vacationing with their daughter? Was it Madeline? Who was taken from their hotel room, and they were even further away and they didn't go to jail. But again, there was no bloody evidence of the child being dead. So that's a question. That's a question. Sorry, that was my so we've got, hold on here. We've got Scholar's story, if you guys want to hear it. Usually I don't prefer to do those stories live just because I like adding the elements. I don't think I'm going to do it justice today because of my breathing. I don't know if Scholar's still here or not. Whew. Oh. Okay. I don't know if anyone can hear me still. I did want to share okay, hold on a second. If there's something really short I can do, then I'm going to do it just because. Make sure I save the link for this Dark Scholar story, though. I love when someone sends me a story to read. I think it's not only is it really cool to get to read something no one else has read, but I love that someone trusts me enough with their original writing to try and do it justice. That's an honor to me that you trust me enough to do that. Just going to save this story really quickly, but it's not letting me do that either. Okay. I hope you guys are still there because it looks like my computer is trying to do something messed up. Not sure. Are you guys still there? Take a shot of whiskey. Oh. Hey, Ghost Eagle. I don't know how anybody can drink that stuff. Oh, you guys will find this funny. Or you'll find it sad. I don't know. So, in March, we went to a co-worker's house for a St. Patty's Day party. And I wanted to make this one drink, which required, I think it was Jameson. So you whiskey drinkers will like that. Well, I got like the biggest bottle, which I never do that. And I've never had it before. I just assumed it was good because people talk about it. I couldn't even stand to touch it to my tongue. It was too strong. Blech. Anyway. So the freezer to our old refrigerator, because we got a newer, smaller one with an ice maker, because the one we had before was the ginormous old double door one and the ice maker didn't work. So I hid our liquor bottles in there so our kids couldn't get to them. or see them. So they came to take our old fridge away, bring the other one, and they took away the Jameson in the refrigerator because I forgot to check the ice maker container. Good job, me. So somewhere, someone is enjoying a free bottle of Jameson. You're welcome, complete stranger. Oh, you can hear. Yes, I know, right? I didn't realize it till like 2, or I think it was like a week and a half later. We were talking about drink recipes at work, and I realized, like, it just hit me like, oh my God. They're really smart. Oh well. Oh my God, that's so stupid. Only I would do that, I think. Does anybody want to hear the wedding disaster stories I set aside, or should I just like not even bother? Because I did read some of them and they were pretty funny, pretty asinine ones. Angela Rick says trial depends a lot on the political climate at the time. It's hard on people in certain times, like during campaigns, and light on other criminals, not during campaigns. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep going. I'm really sorry. I really thought I would be able to. At least I got to read something for you guys today. I don't know if you missed anything. As I can't tell when people leave if you don't say goodbye. But I have your story set aside, Dark Scholar. But Brian Marl's got a story that he sent me already before. So that'll be up first, and then your story will be up. So I really love that you guys share your stories with me. I really appreciate that so much. I'm having a really hard time breathing right now, so I think we're gonna call it a night. And I'm really glad I feel like I get to interact with you guys. I really do enjoy that so much, and I do miss it when I don't get to do it. I just want you guys to know that. Whew. And that sentence was a lot of oxygen that I needed to breathe. So I am gonna say goodnight, and I'm gonna say it the way I always say it. And I'm really business. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna leave it up, so hopefully it'll be entertaining for anybody that missed it, because I know there's like different time zones and stuff. And I didn't give anybody a lot of notice, so I hope to see you guys soon. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna leave without saying bye. Bye. Love you. Bye.